Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Once again, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Okay, so now let me know this much everyone of you have completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone getting any error? Other than warning, anyone getting any error?
No.
No. Acha. Others? None of you are getting any error, right?
Ma'am,
Yes.
while I was trying to close the program,
Close the program. Acha.
yes, this project,
Acha.
so it was showing, do you want to terminate the process app?
Yes, because I hope it's running in your emulator or virtual device, anything connected, it's running.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that's the reason why it is asking you, since you are closing the software, the application as a whole. So it's asking you, are you want to terminate the application and then to terminate the app? That's the reason.
Okay, so I need to press terminate, then it will automatically close.
Yes, or else you need to stop the application, then terminate it like the process
Okay.
I've shown you.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So let's now continue with the validation process. Now, for the validation process, understand one thing very carefully. We had some input fields, and the value which is given against this input fields, against that we need to generate the event. So for that, what we need to do, we have to create some variable over here representing that particular variables. I mean that views. So how to do so? So let us just review the thing. We have 4 text input layout and text input edit text. So that means total 8 variables of that particular type we need to create. So I'm creating over here private text input layout. So I'm typing the initials because whatever views we use to add in our layout, each and every views are present in form of some variables, some classes actually, class or interface. Now, what is an interface? Interface is also a template, but for an interface, we just define the method prototype. I mean, we can declare the method within the interface, but we cannot define any method. Define it. Okay, so I have written what's an interface. It's in short in the text file I'll be sharing with you today. So now over here, text input layout. One is for name layout. So I'm writing the thing accordingly. Now phone layout, then the password layout, then the email layout. So these 4, and then again private text input, edit text, name input, phone input, password input, and email input. So these are the things. So these are the things which we require. So 4 variables of each type representing the 4 fields.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. Others confirm me, then I'm going to proceed.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay. What about rest? Completed? Hmm. I can find many of you are still joining. So someone please ask your friends to join the session ASAP, otherwise they will miss the thing and it will be difficult for them.
Ma'am, after writing all this name layout and name input part, there are 9 warnings coming on the palette over there on the right hand
Yes.
side of the page. It will show like that, right?
Yeah, it will show like that because we have declared the variables but not yet used it or defined it. That's the reason we are getting the thing. Okay, done. Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Others, let me know. Okay, Oishani.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So fine. Let me now proceed. So the variables which we have declared over here, these variables are actually representation of the view that we have specified in the layout file. So we need to specify that. So we need to make that relation. We need to build up that mapping. So before this statement that we have added, the content view and all those things are there. So let us now map the views of the, sorry, views of the layout with the variable here. So here we need to specify the thing. Like what was the name? This is basically name layout. So name layout equals to binding dot layout name. Why layout name? Because the ID for this layout is basically the layout name. So that's the reason. So in this way, we need to specify for each and every variable that we have. Not in phone.
Ma'am, it will be phone input or
The variable, see, equals to left hand side of the equals to, we are specifying the variable names that we are specifying over. And right of it, we are specifying binding dot the name which is there in the XML. Okay, so maybe these are the same or might be different. Phone layout, binding dot layout phone. Path layout equals to binding dot layout password name layout equals to binding dot layout email. Then name input equals to binding dot input name. Then pass input phone input equals to binding dot input phone pass input. Okay, phone input I have defined twice. Sorry, do not define it twice. equals to binding dot input password. Okay, so all the 8 variables are specified over here. Complete it up.
When I'm writing layout phone, it is working properly, but when I'm writing input phone, it is coming in red.
See, the thing, Ognish, just check it out. In the left hand side, I have the thing, the variable that I have mentioned over here, the name that I have mentioned over here, and right of it, binding dot the variable name that is there. I mean, the ID which I have specified over here. So just check it out whether it's same or different. I guess email layout, I have an email input is not yet specified. So binding dot email input email. So specify properly each and every 8 variables which you have declared over here. According to the name or the variable, it's not that the name which I have specified, you have to specify that only. You can specify the means any others also. The other thing that you want, you can specify that also.
I'm done.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Done. Okay. Others also completed, Hassan.
When we have done phone layout twice, is it necessary or
Phone layout twice. Where, dear? Phone
oh
layout.
sorry ma'am, it is pass layout. Oh, okay, got.
Only once I have mentioned. Do not mention twice.
That means like that name layout, name input, phone layout, phone input, like that 8 variables you have to take.
Yes, I have given the variables name accordingly so that we can signify between the input one and the layout one. Because we want to access it accordingly. If we give the same name or similar kind, we might like name one, name two, something like that. We might get confused. So try to give the name accordingly so that it is easier for you to access.
Ma'am, everything is coming properly. Only input phone part is coming in red. I don't know why.
Input phone. I mean this one. So just check it out whether it's there in your design or not. Have you specified the ID?
I've written it in the text input edit text part.
Text input edit text. Have you added that ID? If you have added the ID, then only you are going to get the access. Otherwise, not. Please remember it. Until and unless you specify the ID, you are not going to get the access.
ID means writing it in the line, right? The text input edit text
ID
line.
means the ID attribute. I mean, we have specified the attributes, isn't it?
In ID, the phone is there, but I don't know why it is not. Only the phone part is coming in red.
No. Have you mentioned the ID over here against the text input edit text of phone field? Check it out first. If you have mentioned the ID here, then only you can get the accessibility. Otherwise, it won't be accessible to you. Getting my point or not, Semi?
Yes, I'm checking.
What about others? Are you facing any problem?
Then can you scroll up the part where private text input layout private, that portion is written? Yeah. That errors are coming, right? The boxes, name layout, phone layout, like that.
Basically, we made it private now, so it's asking
Acha, yes,
not
yes.
required to make it private. It's a warning, not an error. So once I remove the private words, so you can get rid of the warnings.
So ma'am, we can erase that part
Yeah,
now,
you
or
can,
we will do.
yeah. Not an issue.
Okay.
You can delete out that. Erasing that means it is of default nature. I have mentioned one of the access modifier is default. So in case of default, we don't have to type out default. Mentioning nothing refers to default modifier. And for other cases like private, public, or protected, we need to specify it using the keywords. Okay. Shall I proceed now? Ishan, is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So now let us proceed. So what we need to, before doing this validation part, we need to get what user is providing us. So for that, let me create some string variables here. String name, password for password, email, phone or mobile, let it be something like this. So 4 variables for representing 4 fields, 4 inputs from the user. So 4 variables, each of the type is string. Now what is string? Yes, what's the question?
Ma'am, can you please show what you have written in the input type part for phone in the activity main?
Activity main, input phone. ID
No, ma'am,
is
in the input type on the text part, the
phone,
input. Yes,
phone,
ma'am.
phone. Input type is phone. Acha.
Like for the others, we have written text, email address, text, person name, text.
Yes, for the phone number one, we should get the phone number type only, na? Do you like to get a text for the phone?
No, ma'am, inside the double quote, what we'll write? That's a
Phone. That is what I'm saying, phone. Okay, let me get back to the thing. See, in case of Java, we have a representation of streams of character that is represented by a class known as string. So what is a string? String is a class representing sequence of character. Or character sequence. That means if you want to specify more than one character here I mean to mention alphanumeric value, which can contains numbers also, special characters also, or maybe text, space, anything that will be represented by a string. So string, the 4 variables. So all these 4 variables are of string type. Why string? Because string is a class in Java which contains certain methods which helps or which makes the developer easier to carry out the task of any type. How that is possible, I'm going to show you. So I'm declaring 4 variables of string type. Though we know that mobile will be number based, phone type, number type, still I'm making this variable as string. Clear? What is string?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm scrolling down. to this part, means within the view curly braces, just before if. Now what I will go, I'll do like to do over here, get the values from the fields. Values in the sense FIELDS. Values in the sense the user input. That is user inputs. Whatever user is providing, that particular inputs we are going to get. So for the name, the value for whatever the value given for the name, we are going to store within the variable name of string type declared over here. So I'm writing name equals to, which is our input field. Our input field is name input from the edit text, x input edit text, name input the variable. Through that we can get the input. So I'm typing over here. Name
Can you
input.
please repeat the last statement?
Yes. I want to get the value from different fields, and the value that we are going to get, that particular value we are going to store in the variables. Now first one, I want to get the value provided in the name field, and that particular value I want to store within the variables, that is name, which is of string type I have already declared. So name equals to, so assigning the value, what value or from where we are going to get, the value will be provided in the text input edit text, which is signified as name input type, or the variable name we have used, or the object name we have used to represent that field as name input. So that's why I'm using over here name input. That means I want to specify this particular field. So name input dot get text. So get text is a method present within text input edit text that will return you the value in a form of an object. But we cannot work with the object directly. So what we need to do, we need to convert that object within to string type, so that we can further proceed on it easily. So I'm going to write over here, I'm going to wrap the entire thing within string, which is a class, dot value of, which is a method. And within the brackets of value of, I'm going to write name input dot get text. So what I'm doing over here, taking that input from the name input field, and that particular input is available in form of object. So I'm converting that object to string type, so that we can store the value to work on it further. It's clear.
And there are many value offs with different return types. So which one should we choose?
Sorry, I'm not getting. Your question is not clear to me.
There are many value of functions typing with different return types.
Any of the one, because whatever you pass over here, it will behave accordingly. So string.value of is a common method which is capable of converting any type of value into string type. I repeat, value of is a method which is capable of converting any type of value to string type. So it will convert any kind of value to string type. In this case, we are converting the object to string type. Now clear?
Ma'am, here are 18 errors being shown, 18 warnings.
18 errors.
18 warnings.
Achha, maybe from the private, for that you are getting the warning, just delete up the private.
Okay.
So warnings actually won't affect as such. If you have errors, then it will affect. Now similarly, for the phone field or so, I'm going to get the data. So phone input or something like that. Yes, phone input dot get text, same method. This particular data I want to convert to string type. So I'm wrapping it within the value of method. Semicolon. This particular data I want to store within the variable which I have given as mobile. So this is the way I am converting the thing. Now clear? Process clear?
Ma'am, can you show it once again?
Yes, I'm showing it for the next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe password field. From the password field you want to get the data. So the password field, this password field, I have recognized this password field as a pass input. See over here, the variable name I've used as pass input. So from this field I want to get the data. So get text is the method that will help you to get the data whichever user is typing out here. That particular data will be available to us in form of editable object type. So we cannot work with object. We have to convert it to a specific type so that we can work further. So the easiest way to convert, the easiest type to convert is to make it available in string format. So string.value of is the method within which I'm passing the data which will be provided by the user. So the data captured over here is been provided by the user that I'm converting to string type. And this particular string data which we are getting, that need to be saved. And for that I have used a variable pass. So within pass, I'm saving that value. Means assigning that value. Now clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, for the email also, you need to follow the same process. So this is the way. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
So I'm getting the value that is from the user input. Whatever the input user has given from the fields, I'm just retrieving that value and storing it in our variables to work on it further. Now the thing, Koina or Diksha, someone is saying that error to be shown and those things. So for that, we have certain field called error field, and that is available within layout. So first of all, we need to nullify that layout, I mean the error part. Otherwise, we are going to get the thing. Get some error message will persist if you get it once. So for that, setting or nullifying the error portion. So for that, what is the process? Name layout is the field. Dot set error is the method. Set error is the method. Then pass null over here. Same way for the other field also. Set error null. On layout dot set error null. And then email layout dot set error null. So this is the way how we are nullifying the error portion at the very initial state.
That means, ma'am, if we put a wrong name or the password is wrong or whatever, the email is wrong, then the error will come that that here you have got wrong password, like that, right? For the error,
Yeah, we are going to give. Now, see, the errors that will be shown to the user in different ways. This is one of the way where we are going to show the error in that layout field, dedicated layout fields. If any common error or something has been shown, we can show that error in other way around also. So what are the process that definitely I'm going to discuss slowly one after another. First, check out the flow, then you will understand the thing. If you are done up to here, then let me know so that I can
I'm done.
further. Okay, others complete. And
Yes, ma'am.
once you are done, just mention it in the chat box or somehow just let me notify. Okay. Fine. Okay.
ম্যাম
Yes.
বলছি যে যখন আমি ভেরিয়েবল গুলো ডিক্লেয়ার করছি টেক্সট ইনপুট লেআউট টেক্সট ইনপুট এডিট টেক্সট ট্রি ওই লেখা রেড কালারে আসছে
তুমি নিজে থেকে কেন টাইপ করছো পুরোটা? জাস্ট টাইপ দ্য ইনিশিয়ালস, you will get the suggestion, press enter or select it, you will get the thing automatically. See, one thing, understand everyone, you are familiar with C and C++ concept. So like printf and cout, these are the methods which is there within your standard libraries, header files, isn't it? Scanf, printf, these are there in the header files, stdio.io, .h. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now for that you need to write hash include, then followed by the header file name. You need to include the preprocessor. Now over here we have the keyword import. Now if you expand it, you can check it out, all the header files, which means packages over here. We don't call it header files here. Here we call it Java packages. All the Java packages are getting imported over here, against which we are getting the accessibility of using the inbuilt classes and its method. Now clear? Why you need to select it, otherwise the import will not happen. You need to manually type out everything. So now I'm getting back to the do validation. Now within the method I am going to show you how you can perform validation. So for that I'm going to perform multiple decision making statement through the if name, that means the variable of string type dot is empty. Now what is empty? isEmpty is a method available within the string class. isEmpty is the method available within the string class. Whether your variable is assigned with proper data or it is not assigned, the string is assigned or not assigned will be determined by this method. So I'm specifying, I am just trying to check whether the field, the value given in this field, or it is empty like this. So if it is empty like this, I will like to show to the user an error through the error field, that is name layout dot set error. Now I'm going to show to the user as name can't be blank. A field cannot be blank. Like, means as per your choice, whatever the way you want. Now, let me just show you if it is done. Then this much I'm just doing. I'm showing you how the thing is done.
Suppose in that emulator means in that 4 boxes, suppose instead of name I'm filling up the rest of the 3 boxes, and when I'm giving pressing on the sign up, then it will show that the name portion is empty and it shouldn't be blank, means it can't be blank,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So I'm running the code. I'm showing you how it is going to show. Now see, I'm not filling the thing. I'm just directly calling on the sign up button. Can you see the error? See everyone?
Yes. Mm. Mm.
See, it's showing name can't be blank. Why it's showing name can't be blank? Because I have written in that way only. If you type, means if you give different message, that particular message is going to return over here. But once I type out the thing, and then if I click on sign up, then you can find it out. It is not showing any error. So this is what known as validation. So these things need to be repeated for the other fields also. That's the reason I'm going to apply the other decision-making statements. So over here, now type out the other thing.
When the run option is not coming in my Android Studio beside the version control.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Yes, just a second. So over here now, similarly, mobile dot is empty. So what is the name? Like phone layout, I guess. Yes, phone layout dot set error. Provide proper mobile number, something like this. Now, even if the mobile number is not of 10 digit, will you consider it as a mobile number? I'm not including the country code, excluding the country code.
No.
No. So minimum 10 digit mobile number to be there. So what I can do, instead of showing it in this way, I can write mobile dot length. Now what is length? Length is another method available within the string class that will return back an integer value which specify how many character is there within the string. For example, if I write something hello, so string dot hello will return string dot hello not, means whatever the variable. If I write string, I mean to say string s equals to hello, if I write something like this. Okay. So, and then if I apply string dot length, then it will return you 5. Why 5? Because HELLO total 5 characters, so it is going to return 5. Now, instead of hello, if I write hello Gmail with a space, so space will be included, again Gmail 5, so total 11 will be returned. Now, if it has some numbers or special character, something like that, total that things also will be considered. So length is that particular method which will return you the number of characters present within that particular string. So here I'm going to check if it is not equals to 10, if the length of the mobile number which is provided is not equals to 10, then we are going to give this message, provide proper mobile number. Understood the process? I'm not checking
It
empty
means
over here.
like in the mobile box, if we do not put 10 digits, then it will show that provide proper mobile number.
Exactly. Even
Okay.
if you do not provide anything, still it is going to show. Because it will
Yeah,
be 0 in that case.
Suppose we are doing 9, 8, it will obviously show like that,
Mhm.
provide proper. And if we are keeping it empty, then
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Hello.
So
Yes.
else if the next one, what else? Password will we have. So password password dot is empty. Then password layout dot set error. Password must be given, must be provided.
RTA class.
Else if
ठीक है 5 बजे के अंदर पूरा
name,
पूरा 4
mobile,
बजे के अंदर
then
चला जाएगा,
email.
ठीक है? email check करते हैं।
email dot is empty. Then we are going to provide email layout
सुनाई नहीं दे रहा
dot
मुझे।
set error. Email
Then हम
can't
कुछ देर में मिलते
be
हैं। ठीक है, just थोड़ा देर कुछ टाइम दो।
blank.
ठीक है, thank you.
Ma'am, the run option is not coming in my Android Studio next to the version control.
Who's this? Run option is not coming.
Ma'am, the next to the version control, that run feature is not coming. In the what can be seen in your Android Studio, bottom left.
हैं, बोलचेला secretary भालोड़ा sign दिन ना।
This one you are saying?
Yes, ma'am. This one is not coming.
Not an issue. Not an issue. Maybe it is closed off
Okay.
or something like that.
Last
Else,
time चलो किधर secretary का ना।
other than this 4 fields, if anything else comes, then I mean if the data is provided properly, then we are just going to return true from here. Otherwise, as a whole, I mean, instead of this, if any of this condition satisfy, then we are going to show the error, we are going to display the error, and we are going to return false. This is how the method will work. Complete this. If you means face any difficulty in understanding any of the statement, let me know.
Ma'am, can you please add the commenting over the line of getting get fruit line, binding dot get fruit line,
Get which one? Get
binding dot get root over that linking portion in the previous yes ma'am, there set content view over that. If you can please add some commenting.
comment. Okay. Specify the relevant view for the activity.
সুমনকে বলবেন ও একটু ওই ওই জিনিসটা দেখছে
Can you kindly throw the last code you wrote again, which you are explaining this? Yes.
You can specify a star over there, and accordingly, you can specify a note at the bottom that these are the fields required. But usually, in case of mobile view or something, we don't get that kind of things. In form of website forms, we used to get those kind of that property, but in case of mobile view we don't get. But still, if you want to specify, you can specify it accordingly. You can give a label and you can specify the thing. Means now see, in our case all the fields are mandatory. That's why we are providing all the validations here.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
I mean, case of email, we need not to write that in input the @ symbol is compulsory.
See, that particular condition I'm not specifying here because we will connect our application with a backend server, that is the database. And the database, the server which I'm going to show you, the server itself has that property, that for a particular functionality. So when we'll apply that particular code over here, that particular thing or that particular condition will be handled by your server only. So explicitly, I'm not specifying that condition. But if you want to specify, definitely you can specify it using some method which is available as per the string class. Shall I proceed then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, others? Just
Okay,
let
ma'am.
me know. Okay.
Ma'am, here I'm getting an error showing that missing return statement in the line 68. I mean, else return false. I did it.
Yes, and please check it out. Return false, it's outside any condition. That means as a whole, the method is returning false. But in the else part, I'm returning true. So have you mentioned the return false statement within a condition or as a part of the condition? Then I
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
know any
That
error.
is my error.
Yes. Since each and every condition is a single liner, so I'm not including any curly braces. Now I'm scrolling up. Let us now proceed for this. So if do validation, that means do validation is going to return a Boolean value. If do validation is going to return true, then the if part will execute. Otherwise, it will end up there. So that's why we won't include any else part here. Just I'm going to follow the steps here. So what I'm going to do here, we will proceed for the registration or sign up procedures. For that, we require backend connection also. But before going through that process, let us execute the application and let us check whether all the conditions whichever we have specified are working properly or not. At first, I'm clicking on sign up. See, it's getting giving error. Just let me type something randomly. Now, if I click of sign up again, in the phone field, I'm getting error. Accordingly, the keypad type is changing. Now, let me give only 4-digit. Now, if I click on sign up again, the error remains. You can find it out, the error remains. The number of times I click, it will remain. So until and unless I provide 10-digit, it won't go. Now it's showing that password field is empty. Let us provide some password. If I click on sign up, it's showing email ID required. So something like this.
Ma'am, in my emulator, it's not showing anything.
Have you
Means,
run it? Have run the code. After making the change, click on run again to get the current effect, and it
where
will
is the
work.
option?
This one.
This one, this one.
Now, if I click on sign up, so you can find it out, no error has been shown. So all the things has been provided properly.
How to check all this in the real device? I'm not
The same
understanding.
way, where the process that you have done previously, the same process. Connect your device, click on run, and it will.
If I'm not getting the run button, that is the problem.
Disconnect your
Ma'am,
USB.
here it's written that process app is running. Do you want to terminate the process app?
Click on terminate.
Yes.
Agnisha, the same process, just disconnect your USB, connect it again, and then check whether your device name and that run process is available or not. And I hope your USB debugging and all other settings are enabled.
Yes, ma'am. Now
Device,
it is done.
the device name is showing, but the play symbol is not there.
You have a symbol like this, reapply or something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Just press that because it's already running now, so that's why it's asking for rerun or something.
Ma'am, hello. Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have executed this code on my physical device, but the
Okay.
problem is there with the phone number. Even after giving it 10 digits, the problem still persists that enter phone number properly.
Okay, just check it out. What's your name? Who's that?
Mobile.length is not equal to 10. I've done that.
Okay, so have you provided this thing properly?
Yes, ma'am. Properly
Okay,
provided.
now check it out. Have you nullified the phone number field?
And what? Yes, ma'am. Phone layout dot set I have nullified.
Nullified it. Still, you are getting the same.
Yes, ma'am. Means even after entering that 10 digits line phone number, that error part is not going.
But it shouldn't be. I sure it's a 10 number. Have you included any space or something? Just check it out.
No, just 10
Okay,
digits.
do one thing. I guess some space is getting added up. Apply trim.
Okay, trim dot get length.
Mobile.trim. So what is the trim method? The trim method will delete up the extra spaces from the initials and from the ends, means from the trailing or leading positions. So after trimming, if the length is not equals to 10, it is going to give you the error.
Okay, ma'am.
So through this, you can just check it out whether if any extra spaces by default have been pressed or something, you can get rid of that also.
Ma'am, I have done until what you have done, but there is showing mistakes, errors.
What errors? Where you are getting the errors?
Like there is an error in do validation, that if bracket do validation that part, and then there is a mistake in get text. All get text are in red.
All get
And get layout inflated, that part is also red. I can't understand.
Have you specified the variables, methods, whichever I have applied properly?
Yes, variables I have done. In variable part, text, input, edit text, that part is also red.
I have said you to type the initials, do not type the entire thing by yourself. Otherwise, the packages will not be imported and you are going to get error.
Okay, I have done that now.
Until the required packages are imported, it will not identify that these are the inbuilt processes or inbuilt methods and classes, interfaces, whatever we are using are inbuilt. It will prompt you to create it up by yourself.
But others like this binding, all binding are in red.
Variable is there. Is the variable present? The declarations.
No.
Until and unless you declare the thing, how you are going to define?
Define. And then get layout inflated, that part.
Which one? Get layout inflated. Again, you need to, this is an inbuilt method. The method I'm not creating by myself.
I have to double click and get it, right?
Yeah, you can do it, or you can just erase it out. Have you written the method properly?
Yes, I had written, but okay, I have erased and then written again.
Yeah.
Okay, then is still there is showing some red parts. Yes, do validation, that part.
Where? Initialization.
Do validation.
Do validation. Do validation, you have created a method.
Not here. Upper, here. If do validation, that part.
Yes, have you created the method? is the method exist in your class?
Yes, why not?
So have you specified the syntaxes properly? I don't think so. Show your screen.
Ma'am, 1 minute, show me again that screen.
Wait. Check.
Ma'am, my
Say.
emulator is not working.
Which not working? Validation.
I'm the virtual emulator.
Virtual emulator is not working.
Yes,
So
ma'am,
just
it's not.
check it out in real device if your emulator is not responding.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
I turned on the virtual emulator was on only. I entered and all that, but after I am not typing any name, and on pressing the sign up button, it's not showing any error. This name record or something like that.
Have you run the code again after making all the changes?
Means what step do I need to do then?
The same run process, run app.
Okay.
When you are making the changes, the real time effect need to be applied, no? Until and unless you apply that thing, like see, in case of our application that we uses WhatsApp, Facebook, etc., whatever the app is running on your phone. If any new update comes, if your friend is updating that, but you haven't applied that thing, so maybe your friend is getting that effect, but not you. So you need to update it. Then you get that particular support. Same thing applies here.
Okay.
You are making the changes. The updation need to be take place properly to get it effective.
Ma'am, the name part is only showing the warning, but not the all other things.
Else if everything you have mentioned properly, Abhijit.
Yes, ma'am.
You have.
And,
Then
there's no no wrong in my code. I mean, there's just a single warning and nothing else.
Acha, okay. After writing this part, have you just executed the application once
Yes,
again?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Still no effect.
There's no, ma'am.
Acha, so just share your screen then. Share
Okay.
your screen.
Here it is, ma'am.
Name is empty. Do validation, email, phone, email, password. Okay, return true, return false. Acha. Null, get text, get input. Okay, scroll up a bit. Name, mobile, password, email, and all those things. Okay, run your application.
I'm doing it from my physical
Okay.
device.
I know. I have checked it. Name, layout, phone, layout, password, email, input, email, input, layout, phone. Okay. Your code seems to be correct. Check it out and let me know. You don't have to open up this run option because I won't get anything here.
I'm the app open in my phone, and
Phone.
I'm leaving the name blank, providing the phone number as 595, and I'm just leaving email and password part blank. And when I'm tapping on sign up, but there's just one warning where the name part is showing a warning and it's field country blank. The rest of the things are nothing. I mean, no warning is showing there.
Acha, you want to say that all the warnings to shown at the same time. That is what you want.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for that scenario, we will like to make some changes. Share your screen now. I mean, stop sharing your screen. I'm sharing mine. Now, see here as a whole, if as I've mentioned, if else the conditions in this manner, that's the reason. Now, if I remove the else part and if I just carry out the process, so in that scenario, we can mention it in this way, like else have to be else over there. Okay, we can do something like this. In that scenario, we can provide instead of else, we can provide multiple if, and we can return false value from each and every scenario, or rather true value from each and every scenario. And over here, we can give a not symbol to mention it as false, and it will work accordingly. Like if I just remove of this thing, if not false, that means true, and then it will work accordingly. Just you can remove of the if part. Try it out. Put a not over here and try this out.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, it's working now properly. I mean,
Okay.
it's showing all the warnings. But then when I scroll up, the sign up button is yeah, it's not showing anymore.
Acha, okay. That means it's going beyond the screen limit. So in that case, to handle that scenario, we can wrap a scroll view there. To the entire screen, we can wrap up a scroll view so that if it goes beyond your screen limit, I mean the dimension, you can scroll through it and you can get the effect. So I'm showing you how you can wrap the thing within scroll view. But first of all, complete this part, everyone. And then let me know so that I can show you further.
Ma'am, that did you show that process for the registration procedure? There you have written something or not? Achha,
No,
that
it's
portion is like this only. Okay.
yeah, just a comment
Hmm.
because I haven't connected the backend and then I'll proceed accordingly.
Yes, fine.
In this case, even if I enter the name, then also the error is showing.
In this case, Acha, let me just check it out. Have you mentioned Koina? Have you
Yes,
specified
ma'am.
or not? I think no.
Node.
I think no. If you specify
Yes,
the
ma'am.
thing,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
it
Specified.
no, it shouldn't be. See, I'm specifying in front of you only. I'm running the thing. Yes. But see, only here the error is, so it's showing the errors. So if I just see, no error is showing. কিছু একটা ভুল করছো চেক করো
ম্যাম
I'm
এটা
giving
আরেকটা
the
বলবেন, বুঝতে পারলাম না, মানে কোনটা পুট করলে এরারটা দেখাচ্ছে? নামটা দিয়েছি, ফোন নাম্বারও দিয়েছি, মানে চারটেই দিয়েছি, তো যে কোনো একটা দিয়ে দেবো না?
চাইলে
Very good.
কোনোটাই না দিতে পারো, চাইলে সবকটা মানে কোনো একটা না দিয়ে চেক করতে পারো। মানে অভিজিৎ was means asking was means her query was previously when we have given else if those thing at that moment যেটা প্রথমে পাচ্ছে the first one it's showing that error accordingly. other things, even if empty, it was not showing the error. So he wanted to show the error as means at a go, all the errors. So what I did, I just removed the else portion. I've included if part, and then I'm returning false, return false as a whole from this method. So how the logic will be, if the method is returning false, then it will, if the method is returning for,
Then I shall remove all the else part.
Yes, I
Now,
have removed all
okay.
the else part.
I just
And
missed this
also
one.
the else return true, that part also. So I'm specifying
Just
if
a
it is
second, just a
returning
second.
false, then it will not work. If it is returning true, then the process will take place. Something like that.
Ma'am, can you scroll down a bit?
Hmm.
Ma'am, is it compulsory?
Return true.
What compulsory?
Ma'am, is it compulsory to
Ma'am,
change the if to else?
If to else.
Sorry,
Or
sorry,
else,
else to if, else to if. Is it compulsory to
otherwise
change?
you will get one error at a time.
We can keep that if you want, one at a time. Yes, sir.
It's completely up to your methodology, your logic.
Okay.
Ma'am, still the same thing is being shown. It is still showing that name can't be there.
Still showing name can't be blank.
Ma'am, can I share the screen?
Share your screen.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Name is blank, else return false. Run the application again. You don't need to stop it always. Just click on relearn. It will be effective. Is it freezes? Hello, Koina? I guess she is facing network issue.
Ma'am, it is showing that can't be black.
But I cannot see the thing. It's shown. Name field.
Koina, can you zoom that emulator part a bit?
Okay.
Ma'am, in my case also it is showing the same. Means if I am not fill upping any boxes, then name can't be blank at a time. It's showing the same only. That the 4 blanks and in the box there is a error sign and the name can't be
If
blank.
you're filling up the thing, still it's showing the same.
Yeah, like that only. Like Koina is showing.
But the thing, if it is false, if it is returning false, false, not false.
No. Ma'am, can I share my screen?
Yes, share your screen.
Okay. Wait.
Why not stop sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second, ma'am.
আমি চেকিং করা আছে রেজিস্টার তাকেই দেখাবে যার পেমেন্ট সাকসেস হয়েছে এখানে বলি আবার কি লাগবে তাহলে পড়ে গেলে ওকে রেজিস্টার থাকে
Diksha, your network.
Ma'am, it's not visible. This one.
It's very vague. It's not clear actually. I cannot understand what's written or what's the thing. See, means the one I can understand, since you have given the name, it's not showing any error against the name field.
Yeah, it's not showing any error against the name field because I filled up that box. But for the rest
Yes.
of the boxes, it's showing.
Because that was empty.
Yeah, so now this is okay. Means
Now it is okay. This is what
okay.
you want actually.
Actually,
But
at the first, like Koina was showing, in my case also it was showing the same. But after I put this notation here, then it's showing like this. Means there is no error.
Actually, your screen means it's not readable as such, so that we can understand the thing.
Ma'am, let me reshare then. Wait. Ma'am, now?
No, not yet.
Then I'm having some network problem maybe. But here, in that name box, there is no error because I feel that box. That's why.
Yeah, if you feel that box, the error will be dismissed. That's the logic, na?
Okay, okay.
That's the logic. That means if you give proper input, why it will show that the error persists.
Yes, ma'am, but
If you
in my
don't-
case, error is showing against the name field even after filling the name also.
Yeah, that's the thing I was checking out in your case, Koina. It was means even after filling and writing the proper code, you are getting the same error. That is what
Yes,
you want
ma'am.
to say. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have seen that thing. Just let me share my screen once again. Who's this?
Please check the group. I sent you a picture, means in the group like that.
Okay.
Just confirm it that it will show like.
This is correct. This is correct, Diksha. This is what you want.
Okay, okay.
And Koina, just share the screenshot now. It will be easier for me to check because your network as well is not so clear that I can make a read from there. Hello, Koina, are you there? I guess she is facing some network issue.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, and now you are audible. Just click a picture and share it of your code and share it in the WhatsApp because your network is not proper, I guess. When you shared your screen, it was not readable.
Okay, I'm sharing the picture.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, in my case, leaving the phone part, if I am clicking on sign up, then it's showing error. Only leaving the mobile part.
Because mobile also is a mandatory field that I have specified here. That's why.
It's not showing there. In the case of name, email, and password, it's showing that email can't be blank, password must be provided. But in the case of
just
phone,
confirm me. You have mentioned this phone layout dot set error proper phone number, provide proper phone number here.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay. Now at the top you have specified set error null.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay. Scroll up and check whether you have specified the phone layout.
Yes, ma'am. String dot value of phone. Yes, everything.
No, I'm saying about this initializing the variable.
Yes, ma'am.
Still you are not getting.
Yes.
Share your screen.
Okay.
Just a second, I'm just checking Koina's error. Just a second. Koina, the code is perfectly all right.
Hello.
Name can't be blank. Acha, name can't be blank. After that, have you pressed the button?
Yes, ma'am.
After pressing the button, still it's showing name can't be blank.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I am resending her the code. Maybe there are some errors which is not visible here. So she can just,
Might be.
yeah, I am just sending her the code then. Okay, she might check it from there. Okay.
Acha, who is this? Ankit. Ankit, what's the problem? That phone error is not showing. I can see your screen. Just get back to Android Studio. Yes. So what's the problem? The phone number validation part is not showing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Acha. Phone layout set error. Phone input dot get text. Scroll up from the ekdam top se. Just scroll karo. Mobile. So over here, phone layout, phone input. Okay, this is the thing. Scroll down. Input phone. It's a phone input you have. Phone input dot get text pass and the input field. Okay. Phone layout dot set error. Do validations for this. So within do validation, you are applying phone dot length not equals to 10. See, you have given pass layout dot set error.
Yes, ma'am.
Whether it will be pass layout or against the phone layout, you need to provide the layout.
Oh, yeah, yes. Sorry.
So that's the reason you are not getting the thing. If your variable name is incorrect, so definitely this is your logical mistake, not the compilation mistake.
Yes,
so that's why it is not prompting you. You have to figure out by yourself. Okay, stop sharing the screen. Any more query? Up to here, any more query, anyone?
Ma'am, is it compulsory to make that part not equals to, and then if instead of else if?
Not equals to what? Which part? The phone number one?
No, show once.
Yes, it's
So share the screen once. Had that. No, not that.
So which one?
Scroll up.
Asha.
I saw once. Scroll up more.
Scroll up more. Asha, which part? I'm at the top of the screen.
No. Yes, I know. Okay, I can't find that not equals right now.
Not
equals to.
Not equals to over here only I've just given. Where else I've given?
Okay, then okay. And else if instead of if, it's okay, right? And
Else if instead of
return false, right?
yes, return false. That is what I've given from the method.
Okay.
Exactly which point you are asking me?
No, I'm done. Okay.
Okay, fine. Acha. So any more query or it's clear now? Can I just check it out, the code Diksha is sharing with you?
Yes, ma'am, I am seeing.
Yeah. Okay. So now the next thing I'm going to show you, that is the connection with the database. So we are going to connect the server and I'm going to show you how to use an online server with your application. So for that, let me show you the process. So let me
Hello.
now show you
Well,
the
still it is the same error it's being shown.
same error, তাই না? তাহলে একটু ওয়েট
Yes,
করো, পরে দেখছি এররটা।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে।
কোড ওয়াইজ তো বুঝতে পারছি না, দেখে তো মনে হচ্ছে ঠিকই আছে। কোথায় কি
হ্যাঁ,
ইস্যু
হ্যাঁ।
ইন্টারনাল কোনো
বুঝতে
ইস্যুস
পারছি।
অর লিঙ্কিং প্রবলেম অর সামথিং ইটস টেকিং প্লেস আই গেস।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে।
আচ্ছা, so now, so how to connect with a server? The server which we are going to use is an online server, and the server is provided by Google, which is Google Firebase. Now, Google Firebase is an online server which you can access without any cost for certain period in the sense up to certain limit. Now, what is the limit and the details you are going to get in the pricing tab of Firebase documentation. I'm going to show you that also. So why we are using this server? Basically, none of the server can be accessed freely, but for beginners, for learner, Google is providing us this Firebase server. Through this Firebase server, we can provide, we can perform validations, authentications of users using different providers, available providers, as well as we can manage our data folders and files, and also we can save the data through the databases and all. And for that, we are going to use this Firebase. And how to connect with the Firebase? It's very easy since we are using Android. So for that, there is a connection with the Firebase server which can be embedded through the through this editor only, through this IDE only. So for that, we all have a menu right at the top, which is tools. Just check it out. Click on it. You will get an option like Firebase. Confirm me, are you getting it or
Yes,
not?
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, on clicking on the Firebase, you will get assistant is opening up in the right hand side. So it's
Yes, ma'am.
provided Firebase give you the tools and infrastructure from Google to help you to develop, grow and earn money from your application. Now, Firebase, since it's a server, it has different services. It provides different services. But definitely for our application, we don't require each and every services. We require some limited services only. So over here, you will find an option called authentication. Just check it out. Authentication.
Yes, ma'am.
So click on that authentication. On expanding the authentication, you might get sign up with email, password, or
Can you
maybe
show this again? Where we will get that authentication part?
tools, Firebase, then Firebase assistant will open up. Just scroll up. The second option is authentication.
Yeah, got it.
I'm under authentication. I'm only getting email and password authentication.
That is what I'm saying. Na, maybe you might not get so many options. You will get sign up with user password or connect with email password, those kind of thing. Whatever you're getting, just click on it. Just click
Where is
on it.
tools?
Huh?
Fine.
Ma'am, what you are clicking on? Which one? I am
Any
getting like that.
Any
options.
option. Any option you can click, you will get this kind of screen only.
Yes, Firebase got.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So here the option given as connect to Firebase, but before that, let me share my entire screen. Otherwise, you cannot understand the thing. Okay, so you must be getting this option that is connect to Firebase. Click on connect to Firebase. Once you click on connect to Firebase, it will move on to your default browser, maybe Chrome, Explorer, or whatever it is. and there it will open up the Firebase console. Now, since it's a Google product, it will ask for your Gmail and the terms and conditions. If you are already signed in with your Gmail account, just accept the terms and conditions, and then you are going to get the console, which will look something this kind of, where you are having create
Actually,
project or
it's
add project.
in your screen, it's showing these templates, but in my screen, it's literally welcome to Firebase, then create a project and view docs. Which
Yes,
one
I'm
should I
coming
pick?
to that part only. Since I am existing user of Firebase and already I have multiple projects running in the server, so I'm getting this templates. But in your case, you are the first time user, so you might be getting the option like add project or create project kind of. So what you need to do, just click on create project or add project, whatever you're getting. So you will be navigated to a screen like this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Already the project name is appearing, whatever the project name we have given in the Android Studio, that particular project name is appearing by default. If you want to change it, you can change it like according to the app name we can give learn and
Then can I change it now?
yes, you can change. You can change the name. Maybe the name I'm giving. Now next to it, after giving the name, if you want to rename, I mean change the name, you can, or you can keep the project name accordingly. Now you have a continue button. Click on the continue button. Once you click on the continue button, it will ask you to enable the analytics, which is by default recommended as an enabled one only. And then it will ask you some terms and conditions, locations and all. It will ask you for Google Analytics account. You can click default account or you can create a new account also. If you create, means if you are a first time user, you might not get the option for default account. So you need to create an account.
Actually, this option is not showing. It's only there is analytics location.
Yes, ma'am. Only location is there.
Yes.
Just a second, wait. So, no. Achha, wait, I'm showing once again. Learn and fun. So continue. You are getting analytics location or something like that. Select that location. Select that location, enable the analytics one, and then you must get something like this. This kind of things you are getting. Just check it out.
No,
Only
we are
the
not
location is there. We are not
Only
getting the.
analytics location, ma'am.
Choose that location, India. As India, choose it. Choose your location as India. And then accept the terms and conditions, whatever is asking for. Finally, after selecting the locations, accepting all terms and conditions and whatever the options asking for, you will get a button as create project. Check it out. Are you getting or not?
Yes, ma'am. We need to click on it.
Yes. You need to click on this create project. So you will find a loader, a progress bar, a progress loader actually.
Yeah, it's happening.
Where it's showing your project is creating. And the name you have given for your project is showing right over here.
Ma'am, I can't open this window. Help.
Huh? You can't open this window. From here only it will directly open the window.
This that connect to that thing that was showing. It's not showing here.
What that's showing, it's not showing.
Connect your app to Firebase. Authentication, this part. Where it is.
Now I cannot reverse the process because I am in between the process. If I just cancel it, I have to delete all and everything.
It is showing your Firebase is connected to the Android Studio app. So now, ma'am, what do we do?
So you have done up to there. Wait.
Yes, your Android Studio project is connected to your Firebase Android app.
Yes, now I'm getting continue option. On clicking on continue, it is navigating to my project console where the Android and Firebase collaboration is taking place. So if I click on connect, it's showing connected to your Android app. Now you can find it out. It's showing as it's now connected. And maybe you are getting a green tick over here. You are getting a green
below. There is an error that IDI error occurred.
IDI
Okay.
error.
ID error.
Sorry, ID.
Error occurred. Leave it. Leave it.
Okay.
Okay. Now the next one. Add Firebase authentication SDK to your app. Click on it.
And where is the green tick that you told?
You might get a green tick here. I'm not getting. You might get
I'm
it.
not getting also.
Not an issue. It's shown now. It's connected. Fine.
Ma'am, here except changes is coming. Means after clicking on the add to Firebase.
I'm just doing it. So on clicking on Add Firebase Authentication SDK, you will get this window where you will be asking for accept changes. Click on accept changes. The project sync will start again. Now,
Here it's still showing launching web connect flow.
Have you came up to this part in your
Yes, ma'am.
Android
Yes,
Studio?
Yes, ma'am.
Network issue. Then that means network issue. If you just cancel it out, I guess it is connected. Since it's shown over here connected, so it will be connected. Now, in my case, you can find it showing the dependency set up correctly as well as the application is.
I mean, in my case, it's not showing a green tick. Is there maybe an issue or something, or is it not a problem?
Syncing completed. Sync finished.
Oh no, syncing is not finished actually. The Gradle importing Maven repository data is showing below. Yeah, now it's clear. Now I got the green.
Make it complete. Until and unless the process is complete, it is not going to work.
Yes, ma'am, it is done.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा ज़्यादा होई नहीं. Just complete up the steps. Means let this Android Studio part get completes up, syncing or whatever the thing is going on, and get back to your browser.
To this connect app to Firebase and add analytics to your app. This part is done.
তুমি কোন পার্টে পড়ে আসছো?
ওই তো ম্যাম যেটা আপনি করালেন যত অবধি আপনি করেছেন তত অবধি হয়ে গেছে।
It is showing connected and dependency added.
Yes.
Then it's fine. Then it's fine. Now in this over here showing localhost blah blah blah. Just leave it. Type over here Firebase console. Firebase console. Open up your Firebase console Google and check it now. Is it showing learn and fun? Or whatever the app name you have given.
Ma'am, get started আছে ওটা get started করতে হবে তো?
Again get
Make
started.
sure at the base it can be get started as optionটা first.
হ্যাঁ আমারও তাই এলো। হ্যাঁ গেট স্টার্টেড করলে দেখাচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ
আমার
করব?
অ্যান্ড্রয়েড লার্নিং দেখাচ্ছে।
Firebase console.
Yes, ma'am, now it's coming. Now it's coming.
দেখাচ্ছে।
এবার দেখাচ্ছে।
Okay. So now open up that app. Now on opening that app, you will be, you will be launched to the dashboard of your server project, and there you can find the package name which you have provided here. Like in my case, it's com.js.android learning. It's showing com.js android learning, which signifies that your Android project is completely connected to your this server project.
Ma'am, my Firebase is showing, but it's not showing. Means that connecting and all that is still happening in the Android Studio.
Firebase connection হয়ে গেছে. It's done.
Firebase দেখাচ্ছে.
So some cancel or some button sort of you have.
Yes, launching Web Connect Flow. I should cancel it.
Cancel it and then.
Firebase cancel.
Then just connect the dependency. Set up the dependency.
Means what I need to do?
Set up the dependency, the second step. Add dependency.
Authentication. Accept changes.
Accept changes. Okay, done. Shall I proceed then? Okay. Now, now the next in your Android Studio, just click on back option, back Firebase option.
Ma'am, can you wait for a minute, ma'am?
Acha. So in the meantime, the Firebase, means those who are getting syncing in the Firebase, let's come to the browser. Let's turn on the products that we need to work with. So click on the build. Left hand side, you have a build option. Click on the build. We are interested to perform authentication using the server. So click on authentication. See, it is showing you the authentication product will help you to manage your user and authenticate user availing the services through different providers without any server-side code. So we can connect to different providers without connecting through that provider directly or using their server-side code. So for that, you have a Get Started button over here. Click on Get Started. Click on Get Started. Once you click on Get Started, you will be navigating to this part where Firebase auth option, provider option, it's asking for provider option. Now, first simple process, easy process, I will show you how to use the native provider, that is email password provider.
Ma'am, can you please tell me what to do after typing that Firebase in the Google after that?
Not Firebase, Firebase console.
Firebase console. Okay, that opened. Learn and Fun, I can see I tapped it.
Your project is there. Open
Yes,
the project.
Yes.
Now click on build. You have authentication option there.
Yes, ma'am.
Click on authentication.
Yes, ma'am.
Then click on Get Started.
Yes.
Then you will be navigated to this screen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now click on email and password. Click on email and password. Enable the first switch. Enable the first switch. Because I want to perform the authentication of any user using both email and password. I don't want any passwordless sign-in to take place. That's why I won't enable this second switch. I repeat, I want password, email, both to be provided by the user. So that's why only first switch I am going to enable, not the second one, because I will not allow the user with a passwordless sign-in. Now click on next, save to activate this provider. So you can find out email provider is activated.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so you have a user tab here. Here you will find the number of users who are using your app, whose authentication has been carried out. Those user lists will be visible over here. Now, apart from authentication using the provider, we might require to show the data. That means we require the database. Again, click on build. On clicking on build, you will get the option for Firestore database. I hope you have not yet learned database. Have you?
No, ma'am.
Oh, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, not an issue. Click on Firestore database. Once you click on Firestore database, it will show this. Now, why we are using this Firestore database? In short, I'm explaining you. Database is basically a place where we can save similar kind of data as a whole in a form of system. So database management system might be you have heard about, and maybe in your recent semester or upcoming semester, you might be having this course also. Database management system, DBMS. So DBMS, database management system, can be categorized into two types. One is SQL based, that is structured query language based, and another one is NoSQL based, that means cloud based, storing data within cloud. So this, sorry, who's that? Anyone asking anything?
Ma'am, can you please briefly explain the difference between the two types of DBMS?
Yeah, that is what I'm explaining you. So SQL, structured query language, and another one is NoSQL, that means cloud based. What is structured query language? Structured query language, SQL, means the syntaxes are there. Like in case of programming language, we use certain syntaxes. We have to follow the syntaxes as per the programming languages. Similarly, over here in case of SQL, we have certain syntaxes for retrieving data, storing data, maintaining data, those things. So those kind of structured query language based database management system is available, like Oracle, MySQL. Maybe you have heard about the names. You haven't used it, but maybe you have heard about. I'm not sure. So, and other than that, the other one is present, which is nowadays is widely been used, is NoSQL format. That means we don't have to use any structured query language, but we can maintain our data within our database through cloud server. And Firebase uses that particular structure. So Cloud Firestore is that particular place or the structure where we can manage our data, where we can store our data in our cloud database. Like, have you heard about AWS? Azure,
Yes, ma'am.
these are basically cloud databases, MongoDB. So similarly, Cloud Firestore is certain that kind of, where we can store, manage our data, we can perform some queries and all, and we can handle real-time updates. So over here, now click on create database. Click on create database. You have an option for starting test mode. Click over there. Click over there. Now, why not production? Why test mode? Because in the test mode, you are going to get a time limit of 30 days which can be extended further if you want to. So open up in test mode. As a beginner, you should try out starting with the test mode, not in the production mode. Now click on next. Once you click on next, it will ask you for the Firebase location. Select the location. Select the location here. Then click on enable. Then click on enable.
Ma'am, which location? Asia?
Your Asia location. Which side of Asia do you stay?
Ma'am, Northeast 3 or 2? Ma'am, which one do you
South.
select?
Northeast 2.
Northeast to south, whatever, just mention it. It's taking a bit time. Okay.
Now it came.
So in my case, it's came, and probably you are going to get a screen like this. Right. So that means we have enabled the database also. Now, so both the products we have enabled. Let's get back to our Android Studio. So next to just if you scroll down to this list of product screen, here you are going to get Cloud Firestore. Check it out.
Yes, then.
Expand it. Expand Cloud Firestore option. Click on Get Started with Cloud Firestore. It's already showing that your app is connected to Firebase, but the dependency, I mean the SDK is not yet added up. So click on Add the Cloud Firestore SDK to your app. Click on Accept Changes.
Ma'am, it's showing connection failed to load.
Your application name is not showing in your Firebase.
Means, ma'am?
Your application is not showing in your Firebase.
Yes, it's showing.
It's showing, but here it's showing as failed.
Ma'am, not here. Means I'm talking about the last part after entering that location, southeast one, and after that.
Oh, this kind of oops collection failed to load.
Yes.
This one, oh,
Yes.
that's ignore this at the moment.
Okay, ma'am. Then what I need to do?
Get back to your Android Studio.
Yes.
Check it out. Cloud Firestore option is there.
Only Firestore is there. Cloud Firestore I'm not getting.
Okay, Firestore is there. Expand that Firestore. You will get the option as get started with Firestore.
I got read and write documents with Cloud Firestore. Read and write documents.
Cloud Firestore or real-time database? What you are checking out? Check it out properly.
Under Firestore, I'm getting read and write documents with Cloud Firestore.
There is an option. If you scroll down a bit, there is an option Cloud Firestore. After authentication, below it's there.
So authentication, I have real-time database, and after that I have Firestore.
ভালো করে দেখো। Authentication, real-time database, then Cloud Firestore.
No, ma'am, it's only Firestore.
Only Firestore. ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. Expand it.
Read
have
and
a
write
hotspot?
documents with cloud.
Acha, fine. Click over there. Click over there. First
Add
one is
cloud
connected.
Firestore to your app.
Yes, add Cloud Firestore SDK.
Accept changes.
Done.
Ma'am, the syncing is
syncing.
done, and after that,
It is syncing.
Syncing done. So it's showing a tick mark.
yes.
Now we can check the process.
Can you kindly wait as it is still syncing?
Okay, okay, fine.
পার্টি অফিস আমায় বললো যে 21 তারিখের দিকে 10,000 টাকা ফাইন। আমি পোস্ট পেয়েছি।
In the meantime, those people are syncing their project. Let me just take your attendance. Acha. Asta Chetri.
Present, ma'am.
Asta, you are present in the first half.
Yes, ma'am.
Acha. Abhijit Pansari.
Present, ma'am.
Both the halves you are present. Just let me know. Aditya Kumar Jha.
Present, ma'am.
Both the halves.
Yes, ma'am.
Aditya Raj.
Present, ma'am.
Ahana Datta. Ahana Datta. Oishidhar. Oishanidhar. Oishanidhar. अच्छा. आकाश भट्टाचार्य.
Present, sir. Present, ma'am.
आकाश गुप्ता.
Present, ma'am.
अमन दास.
Present, ma'am.
अम्बर विश्वास. अम्बर विश्वास. अमृत राज. अमृत राज. अच्छा. ओके. अनिक चौधरी.
প্রেজেন্ট ম্যাম। ম্যাম আমি কাল প্রেজেন্ট ছিলাম কিন্তু আমি নেটের প্রবলেমের জন্য প্রেজেন্টটা দিতে পারিনি।
Aniket Ramani.
Present, ma'am.
You are present in the first half.
Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा. Aniket Saluja.
Present, ma'am.
Aniruddha Sen. Aniruddha Sen. Absent. Anish Sharnokar. Anish Sharnokar. Anjali Kumari.
Present, ma'am.
Ankon Shadu Khan.
Present, ma'am.
Ankit Guchai. Ankit Guchai. Antarip Shah. Ankita Mukherjee.
Ma'am, उनकी क्या प्रेजेंट ছিল ম্যাম একবার কিছু মাইক অন করা করতে পারছে না।
কে প্রেজেন্ট ছিল?
অন্তিকা মুখার্জি।
অঙ্কিতা প্রেজেন্ট।
ম্যাম আনিশ আমাকে টেক্সট করেছিল ওর মাইক একটু প্রবলেম হচ্ছে তাই টেক্সট করে দিয়েছে প্রেজেন্ট আছে ঠিক আছে আনিশ স্বর্ণকার।
আচ্ছা। অনুরাগ চক্রবর্তী। অনুরাগ চক্রবর্তী।
Present, ma'am.
अनुराग दास.
Present, ma'am.
अनुष्मिता रॉय.
Present, ma'am.
अनुभव पॉल. अनुभव पॉल. अन्वेषा विश्वास.
Present, ma'am.
अपूर्व नाग.
প্রেজেন্ট ম্যাম।
अर्घ घोष.
Present, ma'am.
अर्घदीप सरकार.
Present, ma'am.
अरित्र पाल.
Present, ma'am.
अरित्र राणा.
Present, ma'am.
अरित्र शाह.
Present, ma'am.
अर्घ प्रभु सात्रा. অর্কপ্রভ ধর, অর্কপ্রভ ধর, অর্পণ বিশ্বাস,
Yes,
অর্পণ,
ma'am, present.
আচ্ছা, অর্পণ কুমার দাস,
Present, ma'am.
Orko Dhar is present. He's having some mic issues. Orko Dhar.
আচ্ছা, অর্পণ কুমার শীল,
Present, ma'am.
অর্পণ মাইতি,
Yes, ma'am.
অয়ন্ত দে,
Yes, ma'am.
আনিশ মান্না, সরি আইশি মান্না,
Present, ma'am.
বাপ্পাদিত্য মাইতি,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Oishimanna present.
ঐশী মান্না করেছি।
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
বিভাষণ পোদ্দার, বিভাষণ পোদ্দার,
Present, ma'am.
Bodhi house, you are
Present, ma'am.
there. In the morning, you are there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा, विश्वराज भट्टाचार्य,
Present, ma'am.
विवेक सामंत, विवेक सामंत, चयन घोष,
Present, ma'am.
दत्तात्रेय बोस, दत्तात्रेय बोस, देवज्योति दास,
Present, ma'am.
देवप्रिय घोष,
Present, ma'am.
देवराज रॉय, देवदीप सिंह,
Present, ma'am.
दीक्षा दास,
Present, ma'am.
दीपायन मंडल, दीपायन मंडल,
Yes, ma'am.
नित्योनील विश्वास,
Present, ma'am.
दिव्येंदु
Ma'am.
दास, यस,
मैम
Present.
विवेक सामंत प्रेजेंट मैम माइक काम नहीं कर रहा था मैम मेरा
अच्छा, दिव्येंदु दास,
प्रेजेंट मैम
दिवाकर,
मैम
दिवाकर कुमार झा,
Present, ma'am.
दिया मित्रा,
Ma'am.
दिया
Present,
मित्रा,
ma'am. Present, ma'am.
गौरव
দীপায়ন মন্ডল প্রেজেন্ট ম্যাম ওর একটু মাইকে অসুবিধা হচ্ছে তাই
के प्रेजेंट,
ম্যাম দীপায়ন মন্ডল
दीपायन मंडल, रेस्पॉन्ड कर लो तो,
Present, ma'am.
गौरव कुमार
Present, ma'am.
और एक गौरव कुमार, which Gaurav Kumar is present? I cannot understand.
Ma'am, first one.
First one, अच्छा, ठीक है. Okay, Indrayal Pati,
Present, ma'am.
Ipshita Dev,
Present, ma'am.
Ishan Ogneshwar Banerjee,
Present, ma'am.
Koina Paul,
Yes, ma'am.
Lisa Roy,
Present, ma'am.
Lisa ना Lisa तो अच्छा, Lisa Roy,
Present, ma'am.
मोहित रोय,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
मोहम्मद क्या नाम है, आरिफ अख्तर,
Present, ma'am.
मोहम्मद मोहिद्दीन,
Ma'am.
मोहम्मद मोहिद्दीन,
Yes, present.
ओके, ठीक है. मोहम्मद तनवीर
बोस
अल
I was having net problem. Dattatreya Bose 152 153
प्रेजेंट, अच्छा
153 हाँ
अच्छा, ओके. तनवीर अलसानी, अल्फीसानी, मिंटू कुमार,
Present, ma'am.
मोनोजीत हाजरा, Monojit Hajra, Momita Mondol,
Yes, ma'am, present.
Neha Majhi,
Present, ma'am.
Neha Pal,
Present, ma'am.
Niladri De,
ম্যাম প্রেজেন্ট আছে, ওর মাইকটা কাজ করছে না।
Nijjal Mollik,
Yes, ma'am.
Partho Sharati Bera,
Yes, ma'am.
Parthiv De Sarkar,
Ma'am,
Present, ma'am.
present.
Prabhat Ranjan.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Chalo.
Ma'am, I am Parthiv. Did you mark me present?
Huh? Parthiv.
Yes, ma'am, I am present.
Yes, I marked you. I marked you, Parthiv.
Could you hear my attendance?
Momita Paul present. I marked you. I marked you. Anikudda, I marked you.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, ma'am, could you hear my attendance? Ishan. I am
Yes,
present,
yes,
ma'am.
I marked you.
Ma'am, Momita Mondol.
Yes, I marked you.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Asha. So
Ma'am,
let's
Neha Majhi.
Neha Majhi, Neha Pal, both are present. I marked
Okay,
both the present. Okay, fine. Let's get back to the process now. Now, for the registration process, what we need to do? For the registration,
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Niladri, I marked you.
Ma'am, Ohana Datta present.
Niladri, I marked you.
Hello.
Acha, okay, okay.
Ma'am, Ohana Datta present.
Yes, yes, okay, Ahana. কয়না কি বলছো? Hello, কয়না? Got issues. Okay. Now, for the validation process. So for that, we need to adapt the authentication here. So what I want, using the email and password, I want to create a user authentication.
ম্যাম এইখানে নট ডু ভ্যালিডেশন আছে না, এটাই বলছিলাম তখন।
তোমাকে তো কতবার দেখালাম, তুমি বলে না এটা নয়, নট ইকুয়ালস টু, নট ইকুয়ালস টু।
এই যে নট ইকুয়ালস মানে এক্সক্লুসিভ সাইনটার কথাই বলছিলাম, ওটা কি
এটা
নট
নট
ইকুয়ালস কি হবে?
ইকুয়ালস কোথায়? এটা তো নট, নট ইকুয়ালস কোথায় দেখছো তুমি?
না না না, হ্যাঁ ইকুয়ালস না, শুধু নট। হ্যাঁ ওটা শুধু নটই হবে, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ,
আচ্ছা
নেগেশন করছি তো, নেগেশন অফ দ্য বুলিয়ান ভ্যালু,
ঠিক আছে।
negation of the boolean value. Okay, so here we require Firebase auth. So see, I'm writing fire, I'm getting the option, I'm selecting Firebase auth. Typing over here auth equals to Firebase auth dot get instance, showing the method, semicolon, press enter. Firebase auth equals to Firebase auth dot get instance, semicolon. So what I am doing over here, creating an instance for accessing Firebase authentication.
ठीक है तो आप शेड्यूल आपके पास कल चला जाएगा, ठीक है, इन्फॉर्मेशन तो मैं दे दी शेड्यूल। और अगर मुझे
Using this authentication, creating a new user account in authentication via authenticating. So for that, auth dot,
Can you please repeat the steps?
I am showing that only. Which steps you are saying?
And this registration process step, I was out of network.
I am creating a instance to access Firebase authentication services.
Okay.
So I have written in comment also. Next part which I'm showing is I want to create a new user account via authentication process. So I'm using this object auth dot create user with email and password. Now within bracket I'm passing email, the variable where we have the actual value provided by the user, comma, pass the value which user has provided for the password. So providing email and password of the user. Now, if this creation process is done, then I am applying add on success listener. Now put a dot, don't end up with a semicolon, put a dot, call up add on success listener. All our methods, inbuilt methods, I'm just calling those methods using the instance, that means the object of the Firebase authentication.
Ma'am, can you please scroll down your page, please?
Scroll down. Down where exactly?
No, scroll up, scroll up.
Scroll up means where? Which point do you want to check?
যেখানে আপনি ওই আগে মানে রোল কল করার আগে দাঁড়িয়েছিলেন, অ্যাকচুয়ালি নেটের প্রবলেম ছিল, দেখতে পাইনি।
এই রে, কোথায় ছিলাম একটু বলো, বিকজ আমার তো মনে নেই আমি কোথায় ছিলাম। একদম টপ।
মানে
দিস ইজ দ্য থিং।
ওকে 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 ওকে।
Okay, done?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Everyone else done up to here?
Yes, ma'am.
Now within the bracket, again, like the way we have applied a lambda expression, that means adding a method over here, defining a method over here. Similarly, within bracket, again, we will follow the same steps. This time, press Control space bar.
Achha, Control space bar.
Control space bar, that is the shortcut key. Control space bar to get the options. Now see over here, auth result you are getting on success listener auth result. Check it out, everyone, getting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Select it. Selected. Now put a curly braces, hit enter. Put a curly braces, hit enter. Now after that you have, now within this pair of curly braces, add a condition. If auth result is this particular variable, if auth result not equal to null, then type out string user ID equals to auth result dot get user dot get user ID. Acha, do one thing, instead of auth result, type over here get user not equals to null. Just make a change here. Auth result dot get user not equals to null.
কোথায় চেঞ্জটা করতে বললেন আরেকবার দেখাবেন?
Here.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, গেট ইউজ।
Press enter. Next to it, press enter. And I'm writing a method, user defined method. So add details, or maybe save details, maybe save details. You are going to get error, I know. Pass over there user ID, means the variable which we have created here. So pass it as a argument. Save details, pass it as an argument. Now you're getting the error, getting the red bulb.
Yes, ma'am.
Follow the same process like we have done before. Create method, save details in main activity to get rid of the error from here. Create method within the main activity. Select that option. So a method will be created. Now get back.
Add-on success listener doing in this case means adding up these things or summing up these things together.
Yes, means whether this process is successful or not. If successful, then what will be done? That particular process we are doing right over here.
Okay. And what about the lambda expression? You were saying that arrow one indicates the lambda expression.
Yes, this is the lambda expression, means add-on success listener will overload that method, will need to define that method. So through the lambda expression method format, we are defining the method.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
yes, ma'am.
Here we have the curly braces and the bracket, and the error is showing here. Put enter. Now put a dot. This time add on failure listener. Select it. Add on failure listener. Select it.
The error is not coming.
Huh?
The error is gone. Means from the curly brackets.
Yeah, the error will be gone. Now here the error will be appearing after adding add-on complete failure listener. Now within the bracket, put your cursor, press Alt space bar. Select this option E on failure listener. Select this. Do not put curly braces this time. Rather, your cursor is blinking and press enter.
It is not coming.
It's not coming. That alt space bar. When we
It's
clicking
not left alt, it's right alt, right?
Over here, you are there over here. Right?
After writing add-on failure listener, then when we are in that bracket, when we are giving all space bar, then the E is that is not
Control
coming.
space bar, not all. Control space bar.
Acha, control.
Control space bar, you are going to get this option. On failure listener option. Select it. Now type over here to T-O-S-T, toast. You will get this option, create a new toast. Check it out, getting unknown. Create a new toast. Okay, select it. Select it. Then at the end, put semicolon. So let it be up to over here. I'm going to explain it on your next class. Stop the running process of your app. Just, we don't have any error right at the moment. Just skip it up to here. We are going to complete the process tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to assign you the projects also.
Ma'am, can you explain once again that how private void save details scheme?
Type out save details, pass user ID this variable. You will get the error. It will be written in red. The red bulb will appear. Click on the red bulb, and then it will. So the option will appear as create user the method user details in main activity. Select it, and then it will be created.
Now it's still showing one error.
Still showing one error or warning?
Error.
Ma'am, both one error and one.
Semicolon there ache? Semicolon there ache? See, one thing, the line starting over here and ending here. This is entirely working like a single line statement. Now the code I'm going to explain in the next class. ভালো করে সবাই কোডটা দেখবে, কালকে আমি বোঝাবো।
ম্যাম বলছি যে ওই টোস্টের জায়গাটা, ওই জায়গাটা আমার এরর দেখাচ্ছে পুরোটা, আমি বুঝতে পারছি না কেন। আমার টোস্ট ডট মেক টেক্সট যেটা, ওই জায়গাটা আমার এরর দেখাচ্ছে। আরেকবার দেখাবেন কি করে টোস্টটা পুট করেছিলেন?
কার্লি ব্রেসেস কিন্তু দিচ্ছি না, ই ব্র্যাকেট দেন লিখছি TOAST টোস্ট। অপশনে আসছে দেখো ক্রিয়েট আ টোস্ট, নিউ টোস্ট, সিলেক্ট ইট।
ও এটা ছিল, আমি অ্যান্ড্রয়েড উইথ গেলে ক্লিক করে দিয়েছিলাম।
ওটার জন্য ওটা মানে ওটা করলেও হবে, বাট ওটা করলে আমাদের অনেক কিছু লিখতে হবে, সেটা পরে এক্সপ্লেন করবো।
হ্যাঁ এখন ঠিক আছে।
ওকে ওকে, সো
কোডটা একবার পাঠিয়ে দেবেন।
code is not yet completed. The code is not yet completed. We are going to complete the code tomorrow.
আমি জানি কি যেটুকু হয়েছে ওটুকু একটু পাঠিয়ে দিন।
আমি একটা স্যাম্পল ফাইল পাঠাচ্ছি, এই ফাইলটা নয়, মানে এর রেসপেক্টিভে একটা ফাইল পাঠাচ্ছি, ওখানে তোমরা ফায়ারবেস রিলেটেড কোড পেয়ে যাবে। মানে সাইন ইন, সাইন আপ, both the codes I am sharing in the WhatsApp group, যেটা নিয়ে কালকে আমরা কাজ করব, মানে কমপ্লিট করব পুরো।
পরে কি পাঠিয়ে দেবেন পুরোটা?
কোন পুরোটা?
এই কোডটা যেটা এখন যেটা হচ্ছিল,
ওটা অলরেডি পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি, চেক করো। ওখানে সাইন আপ, সাইন ইন দুটো কোড পাঠিয়েছি আমি, এখন চেক করো, WhatsApp চেক করো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Okay, thank you everyone. Let's end it up.
ম্যাম এটা এখন নরমালি ক্লোজ করলে ক্লোজ হয়ে যাবে?
Normally close করতে